Hi, my name is Sage Hyde and I'm here to tell you a little bit about plants and phototrophism. So, to start off with, plant cells are eukaryotic cells, which means that they have a nucleus. However, different cells contain chlorophyll, they have rigid cell walls, and they have vacuoles. So let's go a little bit more into detail about those. Chlorophyll is what gives the plant the green color, and it actually absorbs the red and blue wavelengths, that's what makes it green. And chlorophyll actually absorbs the light for photosynthesis. So, chlorophylls are in chloroplasts, and all of this is taking place in the cell. And those chloroplasts are in a thylakoid membrane, and then that thylakoid membrane is in a photosystem. So basically, photosystems just contain everything that lead up to the harvesting of energy from light. So to sum it up, chlorophyll is kind of arranged around the photosystems, and it transfers the light energy in photons. Because light can't transfer like by itself, it has to move in those photons. So it transfers the light energy in the photons to the photosystems, and then those photosystems 1 and 2 work together to turn the light into energy or food. So vacuoles in plants store the materials that plants need, like water or extra energy or things like that, or food. And vacuoles are very good for survival of plants. And the cell walls make plants incredibly different because they have proteins in their cell walls and cellulose. And cellulose is a very strong polysaccharide that actually makes plants super strong and makes them durable. So a little bit now about plant control. They don't really have like systems, so plants use hormones. And those hormones diffuse around the plant, and depending on which cell picks it up with which hormone, that's obviously a response you get. So 2 really important hormones in plants is auxin and cytokinesis. We couldn't find out how to say it, Ms. Kinsella. So that brings us into the topic of phototrophism. So photo obviously means sun, and trophism means external stimulus. So an external stimulus by the sun is phototrophism. And basically phototrophism is where plants curve towards the light. Most of the time towards is positive and away is negative, and you're most likely going to see positive. So you're probably asking, how do they move? And the answer to that is the hormone auxin. So auxin is a molecule that is involved in plant growth, and it helps to elongate the cells. So as an example, I actually have this. So I set this on one of my windows, and this side had sun and this side didn't, and they actually all were straight, like right here. So basically they curve towards the sun. An explanation of that, auxin can be equally on both sides. However, it accumulates on the side where the sun isn't. So because of that increase in auxin on one side, I always remember that it kind of gets heavy on that one side. So when it gets heavy, it ends up curving towards the sun. So basically, scientifically speaking, auxin loosens the cellulose in the cell walls and makes those cells bigger, which then causes that one side to elongate. So the more auxin you have on the side away from the light, the more the plant's going to curve towards the sun. And most of the time, auxin always is on the side away from the light. So it is still being proved why and kind of how auxin moves. But basically the main theory is that auxin migrates to where there is less light in general. But they don't exactly know how. So to pair with auxin is cytokinesis. And cytokinesis is basically what makes a plant grow outwards. So let's say this is your auxin. They're both growing equally because let's say the sun is being equally distributed on both sides. So your auxin is causing your plant right here to grow up. However, let's say I put a barrier right here in front of the sun. The auxin, stimulated by the sun, phototrophism, is not being stimulated by that sun. So then cytokinesis activates, and it actually causes the cell to elongate outwards instead of upwards. So, yeah, that's all I got for you on plants and phototrophism. Thank you.